Dude.
All right, we're live.
Hello. Welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians podcast. I'm Otto. Tonight I'm joined with the, what is that? Deny, defend, depose.
What's up, guys? Make oligarchs afraid again.
And there's Noda 300.
Good to see you guys.
Alex, we gotta change your Twitter handle, dude. It's Alexander 467.
86753.
Beep bop boop.
Yeah.
Find him on Twitter.
Yeah. Good luck.
Find
Have
me-
a cat run across your numbers on your keyboard.
That's also his
Twitter,
that's also his
Alex
trigger code. If you say it out loud, he turns into a Russian agent.
It's like the MK Ultra thing. Like
Yeah.
It's
it's
46
like
million.
Crow flies quietly in the west. Crow flies quietly in the west. Anyway, that's the voice there of the token minarchist. If you aren't watching, what's up, Kyle?
Hey, everybody. Happy to be on tonight.
Hell yeah! And then very special guest joining us all the way, the Mr. Ocean-based James Babb.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Great to be here. Yes, I'm on the high seas. Can you hear me? Is
Yeah,
it
we
breaking
hear
up?
you now.
There's
You're on the
now
high
a
seas.
delay.
I'm gonna go to.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna go to audio. I mean, audio only.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm out here on the high seas doing some secret pirate stuff, undisclosed ocean work.
International
I
waters.
may have joined the Houthis. Yeah,
Well, I
I
joked
can do it. I can
before
get
that.
away with anything. So
Babs, you running guns? What are you up to?
I think James has finally become the perfect ANCAP. He is a
Yeah.
Somalian pirate now.
Are you seasteading right now? Dude,
No,
there was a
damn.
lot
well,
of
I
Liberty
may
Creek
have been
flying.
in the vicinity.
Oh.
I might have been in the vicinity of Cuba, and I'm not saying that I dropped off weapons or didn't drop off weapons, but perhaps for the Fed level, we can discuss that.
Well,
Sounds like he's on a cruise.
yeah, it sounds like you're on a cruise.
Yeah.
Are you cruising? Oh man, my phone's going off, dude. This is
feedback.
yeah, so much feedback. Yeah, we were there was a lot of Liberty pre-com that was flying around.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Mr. President. We were eager to talk about a lot of things tonight. So James, I hope your internet doesn't crash out because it was working perfectly before. Hopefully, we can keep you on.
Should write your Starlink on the cruise.
Yeah, is it Starlink you're using?
Probably not.
I'm not using it. No, it doesn't. You'd have to spend like for like open ocean. There's like a baller plan for Starlink. You know, that's like it's not the
stinks.
regular like camp program. Yeah.
Why is it different on the ocean? I mean, they just don't have as
next
many
time,
satellites
yeah,
positioned up there? I'll look that up later.
I think it's basically mostly just a different pricing model for people with yachts.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. Elon's not an idiot.
It's like, fuck. If you could afford a yacht, you could afford a premium
Yeah,
Starlink package.
that makes sense.
You should show Kyle the meme I made of ocean-based Babs.
Oh, did I see that?
Somali
Oh,
pirate.
yeah. Hold on, I gotta
had
find
too much
this.
free time. I feel like sometimes I'm running around like a madman, going every place, and then other times like, how do I have time to make a meme of James? Like, it just comes to my random autistic brain.
I haven't
Yeah.
made a meme in a while. I used to make them regularly.
You did?
Yeah. I did
You don't
some
mean
good-
people used to make memes of you, right?
They
Yeah, I
did,
knew
but
that.
I used to make a fair number myself. Like I just would have good ideas.
Captain
For our
me.
listeners, it's the scene where he says, "Look at me," and it's with James's face on it. It says, "Get a prenup."
I like how you preserved the black guy afro or whatever he's got.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's the Somali pirate, right?
Yeah.
It's the Somali pirate, but he's put James's face on it.
Like you don't have James hair there. You have like the Somali pirate's hair still there. So it looks really fucking weird.
we should post that on the
Put it on
Twitters.
Instagram.
People won't get it on Instagram, but it's still gonna be funny as shit.
That's right. Nobody on the Instagram watches our show, actually.
No
Yeah.
one. No one. Dude, so Kyle, I shared this with the guys earlier, random, but I shared a meme that got like reached 1 million people, and
Oh,
they said
wow.
of those 1 million people, like X amount of people like checked out our page, and then it's like of that amount, only 18 people out of that 1 million that reached, only 18 people clicked on our website.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
It's like this
Not
is
even
bullshit.
that, but it's like there's no crossover between like Insta and like, hey, check out our podcast sometime. No,
No, there
there's no
isn't because
there's no
it
crossover.
gets like 5 likes. I'll get like 5,000 likes on a meme I steal, but then I go ahead and I say, hey man, check out the show, and it's like 5 people liked it.
What about Blue
Yeah.
Sky? Have you tried to build a presence there?
Blue Ski, no.
Blue Cry.
No blue skis for us, dude.
Blue Sky.
Oh, it was Blue Sky. Did I misread it? It's Blue
No, I'm the moron. I thought it was Blue Ski for like the first.
We should do that. You know, we should like
Oh, what should
Blue
we do,
ski.
James?
Great
I
point,
mean,
James.
is it true that just for pedophiles, or is it like regular celebrities and pedophiles, or
I think it's shit libs. I think it's pedophiles. I think it's
Trannies.
celebrities.
I heard Rob Reiner's on there if you want to check that out.
Oh. Yeah, we already said pedos, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently you can
But
get
I
kicked
repeat
off of
myself.
it very easily. So I doubt we'll last long over there, but it'd be a fun experiment.
Yeah, we could definitely drive engagement, right?
The Blue Cry. Yeah.
Blue cry.
It's
I
about
think-
time social media just splits up between political lines, right? You know, everybody's got to have their own.
Yeah,
Like, that's it. We're out of here.
it's everyone should secede from, if we can secede social media, then we should, do that in our country.
Yeah, because there's
What
so many
happened to
people.
Gab? Wasn't Gab for the far right? I'm on
Oh, yeah.
Gab.
Remember how awful? Remember MeWe? Remember it was like, we should move to MeWe. It was like, that
Mm.
sounded stupid from the jump.
I've been waiting.
lines
for you
are
guys
already-
to
MeWe was
Gab
fucking
for like 3
horrible.
years.
What was the other one?
Wait a minute.
What was that?
Just gotta go to the page.
wait, are you guys using something besides Truth Social? Is it just Truth Social?
Yeah.
I forgot
you're
about
right.
Truth Social, dude.
That's Trump's thing.
Yeah, there's too many out. Yeah, it's breaking up across political lines. And it's so funny because like so many people were just like, I'm leaving Twitter. I'm leaving Twitter. Couple
wanna get
posts
back
later.
on
I'm
Twitter.
leaving Twitter. I'm leaving Twitter. Couple posts later. I'm leaving Twitter. I'm gonna leave Twitter. That's it. So, but yeah.
I'm still banned from Twitter, man. I mean, Alex,
What?
if you can put in a good word for me with Elon, that would be much
Wait,
You're
how'd you get
banned.
banned? When
What,
did you-
Kyle?
How'd that happen?
I don't know. Like they said, I like tried to circumvent a ban by creating a second account or something. I was like, I've never even used Twitter before. I
Oh,
don't
no. It was Kylie Wagner. They thought that was you.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Fuck.
How'd that happen?
When was
I don't know,
this?
man. Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
crazy,
I've
dude.
been banned
Times or
for
the-
almost 3 years, and I've appealed it multiple times. In May, I'm gonna throw myself on the mercy of the court and just say, "Hey, look, it's been 3 years suspended. I promise to abide by the X rules if you'll let me back." And
That was probably under the old regime.
Yeah.
I've tried.
I don't know.
Back.
All these social media platforms suck to me, dude. Like, yeah, Twitter, if you stay in your own little circle, like you can talk to people and hang out and stuff, but like if you go into any like popular Twitter account, it's just you go into the comments and it's just like 95% spam, like 95% like posting irrelevant memes just to try to get traffic to their account or whatever. It's just like complete garbage now.
You say that, but when you can't get in, you just want to get in. You're like that guy, like shaking the gates, going, "Let me in."
I mean, if
gotta
you want
get
sports
back in.
updates, you know,
Like,
or you
Alex
want to
is-
say like GM to everybody, but like aside from that, like just read a book or something, dude.
This upsets me. Can you still get into Kyle Wagner's Global Minarchy on?
Dude, we need to just
Yeah.
start a Kyle
Twitter.
Wagner based social media platform. That's what we need.
a new one.
Just for minarchists. Just all minarchists all the time.
Wait, isn't that what this Blue Ski's all about? Isn't Blue Ski all communists?
Well, that's communist, but yeah. I'm talking about like just the minarchist flavor of communism.
Yeah,
What's the difference?
Mincoms. Mincoms.
Mincoms. Yeah.
Not
Not full on, like,
form of
tankies.
communism called minarchist.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Just
James can't help himself.
moderate communists. Yeah.
All right, should we get into the news a bit?
Sure.
Yeah. So, Babs. So did you invest in the Haktua coin? Or did you?
5 minutes.
No, I don't.
5 minutes
do
later.
shitcoins, but as you guys know, I am a big fan. I am a fan of the.
Oh, no.
Fan of
Let's
the
see if you can
Haktua.
hear me. I am a fan of the Haktua girl. Ever since she was the one that literally is getting Ross out of jail. Like when she posed with the free Ross sign, that was the turning point. And it was only after that that Trump announced that he would get Ross out. So it was like her star power that just tipped everything over the edge.
Wow.
Wow.
That's some great
What a
fan fiction you
timeline!
got
What a
there.
timeline!
Yeah. That's some great fan.
The fact that,
All right, let's listen to this. So apparently she had a shit coin, and apparently there's a rug pull, as is known to happen. But let's hear it from CoffeeZilla, he's well known for just like going after scammers, highlighting all kinds of different rug pulls and non-crypto related scams. So let's hear what he has to say here.
I have questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey guys.
What CoffeeZilla?
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true.
That is true. That's a
No,
fact.
it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We could answer that.
you
no
know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's
How
private
much did
sale.
y'all get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make? And y'all made millions on fees from this little scheme.
It's
Who's
not a
making
scheme.
millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme.
Who made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welsh make of that 1.8 million?
It's a foundation. No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation in the
Brother,
Cayman Islands.
who profited over $1 million we just
I'm
made?
telling you, a
Haktua girl
foundation.
coin
A
foundation.
foundation.
What the hell? This is the worst
yeah.
tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a
Tokenomics.
scam.
So
Yeah, explain that to me.
break it down, James.
All shit coins are a scam. Okay.
Even
If you're
Doge?
involved in it, you're just hoping to cash in before the rug pull on someone else. Nobody's in it because what? This is the future of currency. They're going to bring down the central
the
bank with
Haktua coin's not-
coin.
Oh, well,
You know,
Dude, what if the
You're in it- you're
Haktua
in it
did
for-
become
for a
the
pump and
world reserve currency, though?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be laughing?
we're gonna make it so great. We're gonna peg the dollar to the blowjob.
No, but like a rug pull is like, yeah, usually like they'll create this coin and then they basically give a whole bunch of it to the founders of the coin, and then once the price goes up, they dump it all, cash out the money, and then everyone else is left with the bag.
Yeah, like Ethereum, right? This is exactly what like. It's exactly
Yeah,
what Ethereum
doesn't
is.
what's his name? I already forgot his name. It's been so long.
back
Who's
in
Vitalik?
free.
Yeah, Vitalik's got like $10 billion or something in Ethereum.
He's been selling it.
Has he? Yeah.
It's a scam. But I mean, the people that fall for this, I'm sorry, but like, what am I supposed to shed a tear because they lost money hoping to scam somebody else?
No,
I mean,
it's
that's
just a
what
bunch of
these things
scammers.
are.
It's like robbing a bank, and it's like whoever survives gets the money. You know.
The trick is it's kind of like just playing chicken. You know what I mean? Like the last one, like if you bail out at the right time, you win. But if you wait too long, you die.
Yeah.
Isn't all crypto like that?
Not Bitcoin.
Well, why is Bitcoin special?
Because there's no rug pull possibility.
I mean,
There was no pre-mine.
I'm kind of with Kyle. I mean, I don't know. What the hell happened
no
with Kramer? The inverse Kramer dropping. Invest in Bitcoin, and all of a sudden it's just like, boo. What was going on there?
What?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know what that is.
What are you talking about?
Well, it went from like.
you
You mean
over
that
100.
you mean it hit 100K after you said that?
Well, okay, but yeah, but then
So
it
what?
went
We have to
down.
discount a whole cryptocurrency because of one dude who just has a TV show?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you're just mad you didn't get in early enough, dude. But hey, it's not too late. It's not too late. We're going to 1 million, baby.
It's too late. It's too late.
I'm with Peter Schiff on it, and he takes so much heat from the libertarian community and especially the Bitcoin community for being like, hey, this is a speculative bubble. It's going to end up collapsing, and then, you're going to get left holding the bag. And, he's been very critical.
Yeah, they've been saying that for 15 years, 20 years.
And meanwhile,
and then he says, buy my stupid gold currency product.
Yeah, gold money, gold ETF. How's gold doing? I mean, oh, cool. It's up like 20%.
it's in
In the last like 10 years.
Imagine being somebody that's taken Erwin Schiff. Take Erwin Schiff's advice. It's going to be better than Peter Schiff's. But imagine taking Peter Schiff's advice over the past 10 years and being like, oh, man, I was going to get into Bitcoin, but you know what? Peter told me I should get into some gold instead, and like now you're broke, like that would suck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't ever blame anybody else. It's ultimately your responsibility to invest. So I always appreciate anybody that takes the opposite side. When you have thousands of people saying, get it, get it, get it, I like to hear the skeptics. I like to hear what they think. So it's just another opinion out there that you can take it or leave it, take his advice or leave it. But he's telling it how he sees it, and I appreciate that. I mean, even if you don't agree with them, like, hey, at least he has an opinion on it.
I know it's definitely time to sell your Bitcoin because I got a text from my mom asking me if I've been paying attention to Bitcoin recently. I'm like, oh boy,
We might be a little overheated right now.
You know what I mean? They used to say like when the cab driver is asking you about the stock, you should definitely sell it.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had bought it when it was $1 when I first found out about it. I probably wouldn't have curtains in my background. I'd probably have like
Gold
beach or
curtains.
something.
When was the second time you heard?
Wait,
about
are curtains the sign of poor people?
I remember an uncle of mine was
Rich
like
people don't have curtains.
almost shaking me in the kitchen one time when it was $400, going, "You got to get into this Bitcoin stuff." And I was like, "I know all about it. It's just a bubble. It's full.
That's when I got in.
I asked my friend Peter Schiff. He said it's dumb, so I'm not doing it.
I read the collapse or whatever.
Hey, if you can't
I
afford
invested in
It's dead. I heard it's dead.
I've always
can't
thought it
afford
was full.
Bitcoin, guys, I got a great deal. There's a great deal. I'm telling you, here it is. It's the
Double Trump.
Donald Trump triple image silver prism hologram signature edition sculpted trading card.
I'm gonna come.
Own the
man.
silver hologram.
Do not come.
No. All right.
Wow, look at
Sorry,
this,
Phil.
guys.
Got it.
Select
Is
from
it an
our
NFT?
3 purchases a book. Yep.
How much is one?
Only 60 bucks.
$29.99.
Is it graded?
I don't know.
Is it graded? Like, is it a 9 or a 10? I'm not going less than a 9.
Is it an NFT or is it just a hologram trading card for
I think it's
$30?
just a hologram
Like a
trading
real
card.
card.
It's
You
a
can have-
physical thing.
Yeah.
What about whatever happened to the Trump NFTs? What are those going for now?
But it's a silver hologram.
I'm gonna look this up, dude. They're probably fucking. Let's see. OpenSea. Here we go.
What do we got?
We should all, we should all put our money into that Hawk-Tua coin. Now that it's crashed, it can only go up.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
Well,
always
let's
been,
see. Let's see how the Trump NFTs are doing. This one here's pretty cool. What are we at? No price history. What the fuck?
Well,
Price high to low. Let's do that.
maybe that was a scam too.
Doesn't it say it there in the bottom?
Everything's a scam.
In the bottom?
Right there. Right there. I'm looking right at the price.
No, that's the
didn't-
number, dude.
Yeah, I didn't even know you.
It's all
where to
tiny. I
look
can't
up.
see shit.
How
No,
to
it says
buy an
39,000 right there. 39. Oh, yeah. I
That's
guess
not a
it's
dollar
number.
sign, bro.
Oh.
The product number.
Look how
Why is
trim
this not
Trump is
working?
in the NFT collection. Like what? It's like, is this the Ozempic collection for Trump? Like, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, here's one.
Why would you do this? Why would you do this?
That looks nothing
thought we
like
were-
him.
I love. Oh, we'll go back. There's a picture of him holding a Bitcoin. Did you see that?
Oh, wait, where?
No, that's a
that?
B for bowling ball.
Right
Oh, there we go.
Bowling
Ah.
ball.
Yeah.
No, he's into bowling.
Look how jacked
says
he is there,
crypto.
too, dude.
That is
look
the
how
crypto
jacked he
B.
is.
Look how fucking, look at that bicep, dude.
Wow.
He quite looks like that.
That's what he looks like in real life, guys.
Why would anybody do this? Series 1 and 2 are sold out in hours. Don't miss out. Only $99.
Yeah, I'm curious what.
I love it's
Anyways.
called America First Edition, not no. It makes it sound
Not
like
Israel first.
You know,
Where's the Israel first collection?
the same thing.
Yeah.
Brandon's gonna buy a Cybertruck. Do you take Huck Tua coin?
Ooh, official debate. Oh shit, dude! They've got an official debate card that has part of his suit in it, like a fucking baseball jersey.
Look at his pecs. Look at his pecs in that. Yo,
Dude, that's amazing.
It will be on your.
Oh,
physical
man.
card. They've
How
cut
do
the
I get that? How much does that cost?
They
What's
cut
that
the
run,
suit
dude?
up.
They cut his suit into squares and they're made it a collectible.
Yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
do with like baseball jerseys. If they have
They
like
cut 'em
special
into little
edition
squares?
baseball cards, they'll just like cut off a piece of like game worn jersey and they'll cut like a piece of it off and embed it in
Wait
a
a
card.
wait a minute.
What?
Shipping. It says shipping is $45 per item. Isn't that NFT?
Wait,
What?
One of those comes with 2 free
I
cocktails.
think we're mix. I think this is mixing like
No, it
those.
says NFT. It says $45 for shipping.
No, this is a physical card.
No, scroll down. Scroll down.
This one's a
little bit.
physical card. This is
I
the
know.
physical card. It's
Go
in. It's
down.
okay.
Scroll
okay,
down. Right here.
okay.
Look. Okay, where it says buy 9 digital trading cards. Shipping international is $45 per item.
for digital
lot.
trading cards.
That is a
Includes
lot.
2 pairs of gold sneakers, though, dude.
Okay.
Oh, it's the gold
Got it.
sneakers.
There you go. Then it was confusing.
Wait, look at some of these other prizes. 2 VIP cocktails with President Trump.
Let's do it. Let's
If
put
you
all
buy
the money into it.
All you have to
250
do-
digital trading cards, at what price?
At any price.
Damn.
Can I keep the shoes? let's buy that with our money that we have left from our.
I just love how much of a scam artist this dude is.
I love it. It's great.
Hopefully he's not scamming us with Ross, though.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, just free Ross.
Yeah,
This is all-
whatever. The rest of it, I don't care.
Right.
Are you
Yeah,
guys
he completely
betting on
he
that?
completely gave his whole cabinet over to Mossad, but who cares? So we're getting Ross out, and
They were already over to
They
Mossad.
were already gonna get the whole cabinet. Like that's the thing. It's like everyone's like, yeah, but they're terrible Zionists. I'm like, yeah, so were the Democrats. They were all terrible
these
Zionists.
are
At least we get
terrible
Ross out.
Zionists. So just shut
They
up and,
all are.
and enjoy it.
I think what people don't understand is like, oh, we're getting all the best Zionists, you know, in cabinet. Like, yeah, like this is the coolest.
Like on a
The
Zionist.
scale.
most ruthless, the most
Yeah.
bloodthirsty, the most
No,
capable,
not the most.
the most dedicated.
Right. Well, who also maybe had like guns and like the Second Amendment and yeah, ish, maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, you
we're
got
gonna
to
be-
like
I think
everyone's
we're
at
going to
a
be taking the guns first and asking questions later. I think that's where we're going to be.
I mean, Mossad handler is just baseline. So from there, it's like, what other attributes do you have?
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess we'll see what happens.
I'm sure Mossad's sitting back going like, what, like they're getting control of agencies they never even imagined getting control of. You know what I mean? Like they're going like, we've got the strategic raisin reserve. What are we going to do with it? You know, how can we hurt Palestinians with that? Like
they also just got Aleppo. They almost got Aleppo too. Did you guys hear about that shit? Yeah, you guys didn't hear this.
What is Aleppo?
Yeah. Did you guys hear about this shit?
No.
You didn't hear about how the city Aleppo fell to ISIS?
ISIS,
No.
you mean the CIA?
The Free Syrian Army fell to ISIS. You know, the
What happened to
you know, Al Qaeda, USA backed Al Qaeda.
what happened to who was the guy over there?
Assad.
Assad, yeah.
He's still there.
He's
So
still
it
there?
didn't fall. All the NAFO bros were online, like cheering it on and shit. But apparently, a big part of the cities, and then like apparently.
Wait, hold on. What is a NAFO, bro?
The NAFO ones, the fucking losers that they're all like paid by,
They're like
you know, the
bought
NED,
by Langley.
to say how much they love Ukraine and they hate Russia.
Gotcha.
That's what they call themselves. I don't know what it means. That's what they say.
Okay, so, and this kind of ties into what's going on, and I think what we're seeing is a lot of chaos by the deep state right before, what is it, January 20th, before Trump gets inaugurated, and they're trying to do as much as they can to destabilize the world. I mean, you see what's going on. I mean, Ukraine, obviously, they're escalating there.
Well, what was it? The
There's
speaker
also-
just like there was something with the speaker saying like they're not sending any more money to Ukraine right now.
They're not.
Did y'all see this?
Still, who was that? The Blinken. Blinken was saying that, but then
No,
also
the speaker of here it is. I'll bring it up.
I said,
Johnson?
hey, Blinken.
Yeah, Johnson, exactly.
But the other
No
aspect-
Ukraine aid on year-end spending stopgap.
I mean,
Speaker
that's a
Mike
start, but I
Johnson
mean-
shot down the Biden's administration's request to include $24 billion in Ukraine-related aid as part of an expected short-term spending bill Congress needs to pass by the 20th. So, I mean,
But it's
that's good news.
But then you have what's flaring up. You know, you have what's going on in Syria right now. Syria, they're a Russian ally. They're allies with Russia. There's a Russian naval base in Syria. So you have all of a sudden like ISIS. We haven't heard about ISIS in like years, and all of a sudden it's like here they are taking Aleppo, and I think there was videos. It was on Zero Hedge. There was videos showing of like our A-10s deployed, no approval of Congress, over the airspace over in Syria, just like taking out ISIS. So it's like, okay, so what is going on over there? And then you also have, and I put it in the chat here, it's like another Maidan revolution is kind of taking place right now in Georgia. And Georgia, remember going back to like the Bush years where they were trying to join NATO and they weren't. And then like I forget a lot of that history, but it wasn't too long ago. But they're trying to create like another like country that borders Russia to kind of go more west, to become more Western and become like more allied with NATO. It just seems like this is one last gasp of like before Trump takes office, that they're just trying to create chaos throughout the world. What do you guys think? I mean, this one individual here in Georgia who was arrested starting all these protests, much like, you know, they do in all these countries. Yeah. They arrested her. She's a CIA, like she doesn't work for the CIA, but she works for the State Department. And she's out there cheerleading and starting all the, like, you know, basically, yeah, like another color revolution, more or less. But I think we're going to see a lot of chaos.
So it goes.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of chaos between now and when he becomes, you know, when he comes into office.
It's just crazy because I thought like the Russians had put down the ISIS fighters like years ago. I thought that shit's ended when we ended what is it, Operation Timber Sycamore? Trump ended that when he first came into office. You know, where we were arming the moderate rebels. So funny. I still talk about this one that I maybe I should go back and find it because maybe I'm misremembering it. But I
thought it was like Russia came in and like ended it in like 2 weeks or something.
They like brutally like committed war crimes and
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, it wasn't us, or
Yeah.
it wasn't the U.S. government.
Well, it was our fault in the first place. Well, not I say
We were
our. I don't
funding
want to
it.
upset James.
Our.
Who?
What do you
Yeah.
mean our?
Yeah, our A10s. Where's our A10? Where are we parking that bad boy?
But no, so seriously, like I remember like hearing back in the day when we had, what was it? It was they had this group called the Bin Laden Front. It was a part of the moderate rebels, and they got money and arms from the United States. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like they're called the Bin Laden Front.
They got like
That's who was the moderate
Toyotas.
rebels.
They got a bunch of Toyota
Right.
Hiluxes with like 50 cals already mounted. Meanwhile, we can't even purchase those. They're can't buy
Yeah, that's a
those
shame.
Toyotas here in America. Meanwhile, like
Bastards. But yeah, but I don't know. I think it's stabled now. I'm not sure. I know they were saying that Assad fled to another country, but then like he had a press conference or like some type of meeting with another head of state in Syria. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It seems like it's died down, but for the most part, it just sucks because like I thought that I saw another video. I saw another head chopping video, and I'm like, I thought I was done seeing those.
No, dude, they're just starting again, bro.
CGI? Like
No, it was
CGI?
We're bringing
like
back
legit-
guillotines, baby.
No,
Those-
these are head chopping Al Qaeda, ISIS fighters that are chopping
Oh,
heads off
gotcha,
the Syrian
gotcha.
army's head.
Not those fake CIA
Did you guys-
videos where they got the guy in the jumpsuit and that knife clearly couldn't like take someone's head off. Like those videos. Remember those?
Those those are all real. Like those are real.
Were they though?
They
The
were
one
real.
with the journalist or whatever. What was his name? Richard Pearl, Daniel Pearl.
Remember they lined up all those Ethiopians. They lined up on the beach and they chopped off all their heads. That
Damn.
video was gruesome. They're all.
Do you guys know of any?
Watch that
martyrs.
shit.
Is there like a military in the Middle East that you believe would be that ruthless to actually do that to somebody? Like, I'm wondering which regime that might be. I don't know. Did you see there's a map? Like, I don't know if it's true on the internet, but there's like, these are all the countries that ISIS has attacked, and it's like every single country in the Middle East except one. Like, why?
Yeah, isn't it
Israel?
weird?
Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
So weird.
It's Israel, ISIS. Yeah. Like here, yeah. Brandon already posted. Yeah. It's all fucking. It's all just ops. Like I just think it's just to destabilize before Trump comes into office, and before like just one last gasp of like the deep state before like things get real.
He didn't get rid of it the
Things
first
get
term.
real the same as they were before.
Yeah, he didn't do it right. He didn't drain the swamp after his first term. He didn't get rid of the
Yeah.
deep state. I mean, he was in power. He could have gotten rid of all of those people, and he didn't do it.
I don't know.
So-
Maybe we'll have seed oils banned. Maybe.
I'm optimistic.
You wanted the end of the Palestinian massacre? Well, sorry, we're just gonna ban seed oils.
Because you're way too optimistic. You'll be lucky if Ross gets out.
Yeah, you wanted Ross to get out. Sorry.
Best we could do
Go
is
straight to jail for CFCs in your food. or whatever.
Sorry about Ross. Sorry about Ross. Best we could do is some like shitty mumble rapper like Lil Wayne. You know?
Well,
Yeah,
I
to be
think-
part of
at
Little Wayne.
least
Yeah.
at least Hunter Biden got his pardon. So
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
you know,
God.
there's some justice in the world.
real
I
quick
say
before
we
move on.
nominate Hunter Biden for like the LP like presidential candidate 2028.
He's based.
I want to say this real quick before we move on. I kind of had this revelation. Like, I know this is kind of it just put together something, everyone's talking about. So it's not like some original idea, but it's just, I said the deep state will allow this new administration to domestically play afuera, only up until it starts to interfere with Miriam Adelson's investment. And it's like, that's just what this is. Like, as long as you're a Zionist, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Where you're like, yeah, but you got to better kiss that wall. You can cut all these government jobs, but you better come kiss that wall. Put on the yarmulke, kiss the wall, and tell us we're good boys and we can do whatever we want, and you can do whatever you want. That's just what this boils down to. So that's
how
why
the
don't
world
get
works.
excited. Don't start a war. But
If
don't
you
get
want to be in
excited.
politics, don't complain about it. This is the world we have. We got to be practical, which means
Right.
you pick your Zionist genocidal maniac,
Yep.
and you just be happy with that because that's as good as you're gonna get.
It really is. Hey, and then you know what? But at least Ross gets out. Like that's the thing. It's like, yeah, we were gonna have terrible, awful.
That's what I'm saying. There's a baseline of like homicidal, genocidal maniacs, and then if you can get just the Ross out of jail card, like that's a win, right?
Well, but then
there's
there's
liberty movement has ever had ever.
Well, but then
And then
there's
maybe
like
forget,
collapsing global trade with these like 200% tariffs and like global trade grinds to a halt and like millions and millions of people end up starving to death.
I gotta think all that's. I gotta think all that's another just like threat, just like rounding up all the immigrants and all that kind of shit.
No, this stuff has happened before. This stuff is whole the thing with tariffs. These things have happened before.
Well,
And
yeah,
the
of course, tariffs have happened before,
are
but-
documented and horrific. There's no like. I mean, it's just who knows what degree the horror will be. Because
Kyle,
who
what are
knows
your thoughts on
you can
tariffs?
Get away with.
Well, somebody was saying he's threatening Mexico with tariffs, and because of the immigration thing, and I made the comment that our border security is not Mexico's responsibility. But then my other question was how much do we get from Mexico? And maybe I sound ignorant here, but everything I buy says made in China. I very rarely ever see anything made in Mexico. Very rarely.
They make
Maybe
great
it's
But
fenders.
you drive a vehicle?
Yeah.
There's a good chance it was made in Mexico.
Hyundai.
Yeah, they do produce a lot of vehicles. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
Also,
good question.
guitars.
Well, Kyle, as a status, you don't support free trade, do you?
No, I do. I don't agree with the tariff policy. I mean, I guess I would prefer
But you're
that.
pro taxes in general, right?
Yeah, I believe in some level of taxation. Certainly, I think tariffs would probably be preferable to income taxes if we got to
Because
choose.
it's harder to evade.
I just don't. You don't want to discourage people from earning money, right? Income is like you want people to earn, so it's kind of like insidious to tax that.
So discourage them from trading.
Like I said, it's a lesser of two evils. I think it would be better.
I prefer neither, but we're gonna get stuck with something, you know that. So again, we come back to this. Like, what did we think we were getting? Like, I think we should, instead of focusing on the bullshit, like let's just hold out hope that he frees Ross. Some things improve in our life, and we don't go off the cliff as fast as we were headed before. But who knows? But like, it's like, yeah, we're getting all these awful tariffs. I'm like, yeah, but Hillary Clinton wanted to put a no-fly zone over Syria, so we go to war with Russia and start World War III. Like that's what the options were. So it's like, yeah, I guess I'll take horrible, horrific, expensive tariffs over
And then World
seeing
War
my
III
children
with
be
Russia.
incinerated. We don't.
Well, no, hold on. World War III with China. We get World War III with
Oh,
China
sorry.
now.
That's right.
Yeah, those. Yeah,
Right, that's the.
yeah. I'm sorry.
I think
you're
that's
right.
that's
You gotta
that's where we're gonna pivot.
pivot over.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. And then it's just going to be, well, I don't know. It's not my theory. It's no agenda. And there's just, that this is Ukraine's done. We're done there. It's over. Negotiated
Even
peace
right,
deal. But
even Hunter Biden has sung his swan song and
It's
like he's
over,
making his
yeah.
departure from the racket.
the
it's
money
like,
laundering's
moving on.
over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
BlackRock's going to
Defense contractors have gotten their pound of flesh, and now
Yep.
time to
Now
move on.
Pardons have been handed out,
Now
and now
it's-
it's time to go on to the next war crimes.
Yep. So now pivot to, all right, well, our economies in all the the economy's tanking. All right, what are we gonna do? What's gonna stimulate growth? All right, we gotta build up. We have to have more military spending with the potential of like war with China over Taiwan. So let's build aircraft carriers. Let's build ships. Let's build submarines. Let's pivot to that. So it's like, great, we're building these multi-billion-dollar ships that supposedly stimulates our economy and getting on a war footing for a war in the Pacific. Just
But at least
pivoting
those
to another-
Mexican tomato pickers will have a more difficult entry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting for a crash for a long time, and I think a lot of libertarians have been.
Oh, the next Peter Schiff book will be right on, dude.
Yeah.
Just keep buying them.
I mean,
just keep buying gold, Kyle. That crash
Peter
is coming.
talked about it, and Ron Paul's talked about it, and I did mention I think it was before the show that I did get Peter Schiff's book, which was from 2012, I think, The Real Crash. But I just wanted to understand what he was talking about in that, and what the threat really would be, and it does make sense to me, and still makes sense to me that he's talking about, when he talks about a sovereign debt crisis. He's talking about the national debt, and he's talking about a bond market collapse. That's what he's really talking about, where, the United States' creditors sort of are like, all right, you're out of rope. You have borrowed way too much money. You have no hope of ever paying this back except by creating more money. And so we're simply not going to lend you any more money. And that is where a crash would come from, is the creditors of the U.S. government, bond buyers. And so then
any sign of that happening these days?
Hang on, let me finish. So then the Fed would have to pick up the slack, right, from the lack of lenders to the government, and as they have to bail out various states like California and Illinois, and which are functionally bankrupt as well, they would have to accelerate the money creation, and that's when you get a currency crisis. So that's, Peter Schiff, again, it's 12 years old. He was talking about that. He was talking about it in 2006. He got a lot of credit for calling the housing crash, but he said, no, guys, since the beginning, the crash that I am worried about is a bond market and currency crisis. And so, and here we are almost 20 years later. And in fact, there's people in the Liberty movement that have been waiting for this since we went off the gold standard, going, this is never going to work. You're running huge deficits. And, I guess the point is, like, how long do we sit around and wait for this?
I've been predicting it since 1913 when they had invented the IRS and the Federal Reserve. So,
I mean,
but let's face it, the dollar is, I don't think's ever been stronger around the world. There's nobody's given up the dollar. Nobody's, going to stop buying treasuries. It's still the go-to asset for anybody that wants a risk off. The safest asset anybody can buy. They will tell you it's a U.S. Treasury right now. Everybody who's not in the stock market right now because it's too volatile has got their money in treasuries. Even if you don't want to invest in treasuries, like I don't want to invest in the empire, but I put money in my bank and then they go out and buy treasuries with it. It's like
that is true. Yeah,
you're screwed.
Or they park it at the Fed. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but banks are taking their money, parking it at the Fed, and they earn like 5%, or now it's 4.8%, but because the rates got cut. But it's just like a safe place to just park that money, and then they pay you 2%, and then just make it free money.
I mean, as long as the U.S. military is out there maintaining an empire, the dollar's going to be fine. When the military starts collapsing, then you've got to worry.
It's not, though. It's not even related to that, Jared. I mean, it's just like the value of Bitcoin.
Well, it is related because it's that force that requires people to continue using it as a reserve currency. I mean,
it doesn't require.
Trump's out here like threatening BRICS.
Not going to. No, the military isn't what makes people use dollars. I mean, it's not like the military's outside your house right now going, you got to use these dollars. Like,
I mean, just okay, fair enough.
Choice.
But it's
hold on, let me check.
But it is the police. It is the police, though, right?
I mean, it's just,
the police are though because hold on, Kyle. Because the fact that it is a legal tender means that a business has to accept it, right?
That's how
if you choose not to accept it, that's against the law, right?
Well,
that's how
or you just can't function.
That's not how
George Floyd died, right? Because it was like what, counterfeit 20 in the business called the cops.
Counterfeit 20. So that's kind of a different situation.
Well, I'm not talking about that, but
Jared,
I'm talking about.
I thought that was fentanyl.
I'm talking about if you're a U.S. citizen, you're forced to use the dollar right now.
You're not. What happens in hyperinflation is people just say, well, I need more and more and more and more. The dollar just loses value rapidly to the point where you just need so many to buy anything, right? So it's a valuation that changes in people's minds, and know about a military might can stop that. They go, oh, why is corn tripled this week? Why is it tripled this week? Like, what is going on? And it's not.
Yeah, in the case of a hyperinflation, then yes, that it would be too powerful that the force couldn't override that. But
The US
at this point,
military-
it's not at that point. So it's like anywhere you go, it's like the legal tender is the dollar, right?
We've seen slippage. I mean, we've certainly seen prices go up, especially
Yeah.
over the last 5 years. So I mean, things are arguably double what they were 5 years ago. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it slips.
No, that's not an exaggeration. That's pretty.
You know,
No, I mean, no one's arguing that inflation hasn't occurred. We're just saying, like, this idea that, like, this crash is just on the horizon and we just got to we got to invest in goldmoney.com. That's the real, that's the rug pull that's happening.
Yeah. Also remember that half of the dollars are circulating outside the country, and people are choosing to use it. If you're in another country, stacking dollars is a good savings venue. Here, it's a melting ice cube. But if you're in a country where a lot of currencies have been going down in value against the dollar, so if you're spending, in say a Southeastern Asian currency, but saving in dollars, you're watching your spending power go up and up and up and up, while sitting on dollars. Right? Like, whereas we sit on dollars and we watch our spending power go down, down, down. It all really depends on where you live and how you operate. The dollar may be able to continue even if the federal government stopped printing more. I mean, these dollars are still going to be out there circulating, and I don't know what would make that stop.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. It's relative to where you are and relative to what you're comparing against. If you're comparing to a currency that's declining, the dollar is declining at a slower rate, or actually strengthening against your local currency, and like Bitcoin advocates will say, oh, a dollar's worth 1/100,000th of a Bitcoin. Look how far the dollar has fallen. Of course, a lot of that is people's valuation of Bitcoin has soared. That's not, Bitcoin isn't like the stable thing that's not moving and the dollar is shrinking. Like Bitcoin, the demand for Bitcoin has been soaring and the valuation of Bitcoin has soared, but everything's relative against everything else. So it's just a matter of what you're comparing it to.
I'm just saying I don't see any collapse on the horizon for the U.S. dollar. There's nothing that indicates that people say, oh, BRICS, people, all these countries are dumping the dollar. No, they can't dump the dollar.
I would see it. I could see it. I mean, just because of the debt, the amount of debt that we have, is there ever going to be a point where the bond market just says enough is enough? We're not going to get paid back unless it's a much higher interest rate, right? At the dollars are not going to be worth as much as what we're lending you today, and could that happen any day? I mean, I feel like it could. I don't know. Maybe you're right, Babs. Maybe I'm worried about nothing. Maybe it's more stable than I think.
I think the regime's stable, and I don't know. I kind of feel like I agree with James here. Like, I think we keep talking about this crash is coming. It's like, I guess it's hypothetically true. It could happen, but I just don't see something like that happening right now. At least right now. Who knows? I could be completely proven wrong.
That's what all that. I think
it's just oh, go ahead. Sorry, Alex.
Oh no, I think that's what all this immigration. I think that is the main driver of this mass illegal immigration, is to drive wages down to keep this gig going for longer, right? So if you're importing people into like the West, whether that be Europe or the United States, to take jobs at like dirt cheap, you're just suppressing wages, and that kind of like keeps this thing going a little bit longer.
Or are you
think that's
suppressing wages, or are you inflating wages by preventing the market clearing, the labor market clearing? Right? Like,
I think it's like,
I mean, what would be the natural state would be to just, you need labor. You eventually get the cheapest labor, and the cheapest labor finds you, and things equalize eventually, right? That's sort of how a free market pricing works, right?
It puts downward pressure on wages to increase the supply of workers. But I think the immigrants are coming here in part because of the strong currency, because they can make money in U.S. dollars and then
send it back.
Send it back home. They're basically getting a raise. They're basically getting paid more here than they would be getting paid to work at their home countries. They're making more here.
No, Bab's roboting.
Ocean based. You're listening out. You're losing out.
I mean,
It doesn't matter what, like
There
lower
you go.
wages will help some, higher wages will help others. It doesn't. It's just a market phenomenon. It doesn't matter. Like, we shouldn't be saying like, well, what are we going to do to artificially boost wages? That's not a free
It's
market
called central
solution at all.
planning.
Yeah.
I'm saying the strong currency actually is a draw to immigrants because they go, I can go there and clean toilets.
But weren't you
and
just
make
saying the
more
dollar is
money.
going to collapse tomorrow?
I am, but I'm not sure. I don't really know. I'm throwing it out there to you guys. This is something that's been a concern in the libertarian community for a long time, that the national debt and the value is going to be.
Well, I mean, that's why most of us don't keep our money in dollars if we're smart,
Mhm.
right? We buy
Bitcoin
or gold or stocks or whatever.
yeah.
Like keeping your money
assets.
in
Octua coin.
Hawktua coin,
I put it all into Hawktua personally.
Property,
goats,
It's going to come back.
guns, ammo.
guns,
chicken.
ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if
Gold
you're keeping
gun
it in,
god.
if you're keeping more than you need to like pay your credit cards off each month, then like you're kind of fucking up.
But there's a lot of optimism about Trump, right? You know, it's like he's going to fix it. He's going to make America great again. But, you know, I guess is the empire still heading? Is the macro trend unchanged, right? Is Trump going to change the macro trajectory of this country as far as
Of course
just
not.
increasing deficits, increasing debt, not cutting spending substantially, creating more money, you know?
You don't have faith in
Can
Doge?
you imagine? Just imagine the
Dogecoin
Department
Reserve?
of Government. Just imagine the Department of Government Efficiency saying, "Okay, we're going to stop over at the Pentagon. We're gonna cut you guys." Like really?
I mean, look, I'm realistic. That's not going to happen. But I definitely think like,
So,
Like,
okay.
are they going to
So
really
they're
end?
like,
Are they going to really cut
they're
the
like-
Department of Education? Is that really
yes,
going to happen?
possibly.
No.
I don't know.
oh, and then what about so we're coming for Social Security. We're gonna have to cut Social
yeah.
Security. No, Medicare. No, like which
Hell
is the
yeah.
one where people just lie down and take it? Like it ain't happening.
I do kind of feel like, Social Security has a small chance of getting cut because, I don't know, I saw like a poll or whatever that like 80% of people under the age of like 40 think that Social Security is just completely bankrupt. So like no one is out here like depending like, all right, when I retire, I'm going to live off of my Social Security. Like no one thinks that.
Though.
What
They
most
do.
no, that's almost all the voters are on Social Security.
I
right
mean,
now.
yeah, that much is true. I feel like in a generation though, I mean, that shit's gonna be non-existent. No one's gonna.
No, there's
one's
gonna
be
there's
supporting
gonna
that
in a
shit.
generation there's old people that are dependent on it. Just the same as there are-
But there won't be anything for them to get. It won't be
Yeah,
there.
It's not there. There's nothing.
Oh,
So that's
I
gone.
guess my perception is sort of an empire in decline, right? My macro perception is sort of a country that's overextended,
Absolutely.
and is sort of in a cultural decline, and sort of Rome on the tail end. But maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm too.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, I think
you
you're right.
agree. You agree. I would say.
I agree that this is but it's a slow bleed. It's a slow bleed.
you might
and
be
they're
off
trying
by
to suck
100
every
years.
last. They're trying to squeeze every last piece of, or a trickle of blood out of that stone before the end. But I don't think it's like an overnight thing where you're gonna wake up and like bonds are worthless and like gold is like king. I don't think that's happening. But
It's not even the whole idea of empires and countries is different now. Remember, who was it that said there's no countries, just international corporations?
What movie?
You
was
know,
that?
and these transnational agendas.
That was actually
I don't
Austin
know.
Powers. That's Austin Powers.
what?
Yeah, number two says it. He goes, "There's no more countries, only corporations." Yeah, that was
No way,
Austin
dude.
Powers.
I don't put a lot of stock in that.
Find
because,
find that video.
I will
I think
find
I'm
it.
quoting Austin Powers, but he was,
the federal government, at least in our country, is still like the center of gravity, right? It's the most powerful entity. There's no corporation in the U.S. that is anywhere close to has as much money or power I mean, they don't have the power. They don't have the legislative power. They don't have the guns behind them unless they can somehow influence the government. But government,
Like say through Epstein's Island, or
that's not, I don't even know what you're talking about as far as a counterexample. But the government is the center of power, is the power structure, is what I'm trying to say, not Microsoft.
But what about these supranational? What about these like supranational institutions like what's his name? Why am I fucking drawing a blank? The guy we're always talking about, the fucking evil Dr. Evil guy.
Soros?
No, forget about Soros.
Number 2.
No, what's that dude? Hans, whatever. Not Hans.
The guy that
Come on. Help me out.
Die Hard.
We're always talking about like
Hans Gruber.
They're the organization pushing all the progressive shit and internationally.
World Economic Forum.
Yeah. Like those seem to be the entities that are calling a lot of Klaus Schwab. Like those seem to be like the entities that are like running the empire now, right? Or at least heavily influential.
I think, you know what? I think this was the real clash for power in Washington. Is like WEF people are moving out, Miriam Adelson moving in. I don't think their agendas are always in sync. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't.
Yeah.
I'm sure WEF looks at Israel and says like, well, they are depopulating the Middle East, so we're going to just let that continue. I don't know.
I found the quote. It is from Austin Powers. He
goes, here I got the docs. We got the whole clip.
Don't play the video. We're gonna get claimed. So I'm just gonna read the quote. He said, but you like an idiot wanted to take over the world, but there is no such thing as world anymore. Only corporations. So there you go.
Wow.
I know my
corporations are people, my friend.
Ah.
Who's that one from?
Who was it? George Bush or something?
Mitt Romney, man. Mitt Romney. Corporations are people, my friend.
Same thing.
George Bush.
Same thing.
Did Mitt Romney jump on the Harris bandwagon? Was he a Harris guy?
He was a never Trump.
Yeah.
Did he endorse Harris at the end though?
Probably.
I don't know. But I mean, he's probably because his family has ties to the Ukraine money laundering, so.
Yeah, gotta hope that ends.
Man. Just us.
Binders full of women.
Binders.
I mean, if the Ukraine conflict ends,
corporations are these nuts.
These nuts.
Forest mommy.
I always defend the corporations. I like to play devil's advocate online.
So
would you defend United Health Company or Healthcare?
I was like, why aren't people more appreciative of this company that insures millions of people?
Or deny?
But they deny most of
claims.
They had they deny like 30% of claims.
Yeah. You'd have to look in
double the national average.
Find out.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Anecdotally,
I mean, dude, 30%? That's insane, man.
I've never experienced that. It is high. I don't understand why they would deny that many claims. It seems very high. 30%.
Where's that graphic that was going around?
Hey, glass half full, Jared. They pay 70%.
You know what I got scared about? I use United Healthcare. I'm like, oh shit, that's my company.
Shit.
Like, oh no. Like,
well,
really?
you're getting a new CEO.
Hope you don't need a new kidney.
Everybody thinks they have good insurance. Like you might pay into it for years and years and years and years, and then eventually you need it, and then you find out it was shit all along.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess Kyle's the new defending the undefendable.
Walter Block. Yeah.
Walter Block now, I guess. That's Kyle.
I just always like to play. I like to argue. You guys know that. And I like to play devil's advocate. So, like, when everybody's piling on.
Well, let me play this one that
I just
like when everybody's sounding all libertarian, like Kyle just has
to. All right, so this says
totalitarianism.
I mean,
healthcare CEOs right now. Let's hear what this guy's playing.
Don't murder me. I beg of you, don't murder me.
Jerry.
Please don't murder me.
There's our copyright violation.
Yeah.
Yep. Fuck.
Blow it.
There you go.
The only
Whatever,
good
dude.
deadhead is one that's dead.
The guy was the guy was only like 50. Was he 50
Yeah.
years old? And he's worth like
50.
43 million. A lot of that's probably in stock options and wages.
Well,
And
and
I
did you
never
hear the
thought-
news story where apparently they were under investigation by the DOJ or something,
Yeah, so
and he took he sold $15 million of stock like the month before they were about to come in and bust shit up.
I would do
Could
that,
be.
wouldn't you?
Could be.
Hell yeah!
That's not where I was going.
But
with
that
it.
also makes him kind of a crook.
I would have sold. I would have sold my Hawk coin. I would have done the rug pull. I would have.
Can you make this big?
It's amazing.
There we go.
how,
Is that better? Here, is that better?
Yeah. So industry average is 16% denial rates. United Healthcare is at the top by 5% from the next guy at 32%.
double the national average.
Blue Cross Blue Shield, that's the one I have. They're at 17, which is basically industry average.
That's a high
Yeah, I got
percentage.
Aetna. So
I have a feeling
Yeah,
that
I've had
these
it in the
these
The
this
problem is
graph
there's too
is.
few choices. That's the.
This is from Lending Tree.
Kaiser
So
pays
this
I
is
have a
legit.
feeling there
Government
may be things
interferes with
hidden in
healthcare.
this. There may be things hidden in this graph. Like, do all of these health insurance companies treat the same kind of patients? Are they all are they treating patients in the same areas? Are some more Medicare based reimbursements or you know what I mean? There's a lot of
Right.
differences in there that might.
Well,
be
yeah, this
tweaked
guy
out,
was
but-
so the CEO was formerly in charge of the Medicare program at at UHC. So
yeah. Dude, yeah. So people don't know. I don't know how you haven't seen this, but he got murked right on the street at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Some dude walks
in
up
Manhattan.
with, yeah, exactly, in New York City. Walks up with a suppressor and just pops him right in the back, and then goes over to him as he's on the ground and finishes.
And this
him.
wasn't just some like dumbass like Antifa guy. Like the dude,
No,
the guy shot him, his gun jammed, and he like calmly like cleared it, tried to shoot again, it jammed again. He calmly cleared it again, and then eventually actually shot him again.
Finish
like-
the job.
Yeah.
His wife said that
Almost like he
been threatened.
had like advanced weapons training, like at least some kind of, I don't know. But
His wife-
and yet people like Fauci still walk around. Like
I know, right? Yeah, what the fuck?
like Henry Kissinger still walking around. Like
I thought Kissinger just died.
Yeah, didn't Kissinger die?
Yeah, Kissinger
He
died.
finally died.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
alive or dead?
But I mean, the guy was like
Well,
100. Like, you're gonna waste a round on him?
Yes.
it's never too late for justice.
No justice, no peace. I've been told
Dick
that.
Cheney.
I mean, we'll see if they
still walk-
find this guy.
like Dick Cheney, not only walking around, but like getting like doing tours with Kamala. Like doing campaign stops with Kamala.
Yeah, I mean, if you were gonna murk somebody, like, there's definitely better targets. I'll just say
Yeah.
that. I won't say who they are.
Maybe,
I won't. I won't go that
It's gonna
far,
make
but I will
one
say
hell
there
of
are
a-
better targets.
This is gonna make one hell of a white woman's murder documentary in a few years on Netflix.
Kissinger died last year. I do remember hearing about that. I think.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, last
you
I've
know,
seen,
like-
they haven't found this guy yet. So
He'll be
Let's
caught. He'll be caught within 5
let's compare the assassin quality of this job versus the DEI assassins that the DNC kept hiring.
Private sector assassination is much better than the public sector.
I will say
Yeah,
this.
that guy-
Right.
that guy missed
Professionalism,
Trump by
accuracy, even made an escape.
That guy
Like,
missed
let's give
Trump
him
by a
some.
whisker, man. I mean, that was like a light breeze. He clipped his ear.
Look at that smile. Like,
That's joy
look
right
at that
there.
grin.
It's joy.
Crime Stoppers.
It does look like they're wearing like his and her jackets, doesn't it? Or is that the same person?
I feel like
Doesn't
yeah,
it look
it's
like the
definitely
woman
the
on
same
right?
person. It does look
It's
like a
like-
woman on the right. Kyle
like
called
a
that out
hoodie.
earlier.
It's like a hoodie covered with a jacket. It's a very similar outfit. I don't know what that means.
Well, that's like a face covering.
yeah, but they're wearing like the same exact outfit.
It's the same guy, dude.
Oh, thanks.
Is it?
It's just a different shade
Yeah, it's just a
of
different-
it's
Uh,
different
Well,
coloring.
Who knows? What if one was a
Little
decoy?
security
Right?
camera.
This
Yeah,
is
I
a
think
pro
you're-
operation. It wouldn't
I
hurt
think
to
you're right,
have
Jared.
decoys.
It's like zoomed in. It's zoomed in on the one, right? Because isn't that the carpet the same as background in the back?
Yeah,
So
it's zoomed.
like
It's
a
just
different camera zoomed in.
yeah. I think it's just a weird angle on the second one and just like different lighting.
Looks like a totally different color jacket.
I think it's just the lighting.
It's just the lighting, dude.
It looks like he has a mustache.
What do
on the
you
left.
guys? Do you guys predict this person's getting caught? I feel like they're going to get caught, but I don't know.
I mean, you can see their whole ass face here.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Someone's got to be knowing who this dude is, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Unless he's a CIA operative, and then he's probably somewhere in Argentina.
Yeah, they got to check. I mean, his wife said he'd been getting death threats, so that would be the first place I would check. Would be like, how was he getting them? Was he getting emails? Was he getting phone calls? Was he getting texts?
First
how
of
were
all,
they communicating?
If you're a real assassin, you don't mail your target a letter and tell them you're coming. Okay, this whole death threat thing, that's just for what crazy people do. That's not what an actual assassin's going to do.
I mean, the police follow the.
I'm sure he gets death threats all the time, dude.
Yeah, your insurance.
Like
so-
he's denying 30% of claims. Like all it takes is like
He's not getting
1% of 30%
every day. Yeah, like if 1 in a million people get mad enough to write him a threatening letter, right? That's going to be like a whole department just to handle those.
Right.
Death
I mean,
threat, great
insurance
band, by the
companies
way.
have that, right? They deal with that all the time.
Oh yeah, they got customer service. I
Yeah,
think I
like-
had United at some point.
Right. For death threats, press 3. You know, like for
I think I've had like every fucking health insurance company in existence.
The next available assistant will be able to assist you with your death threat.
yeah, to help us direct your death threat appropriately, please let us know the nature of your vengeance. Oh.
I don't know. And they just close the case.
Yeah.
Or like
So,
case
yeah.
is solved.
Disconnected. Then it just disconnects you.
It's never resolved. They always like close the case. It's not resolved. They're like case closed. That person's
For all we know, it wasn't. For all we know, it wasn't about denied claims. It was just like he got left on hold too long and just lost it. You know, like
Or maybe
be
they
anything.
sent him an email telling him to get vaccinated, and he lost it.
It could be anything.
Well,
You know-
apparently written on the shell casings was deny, defend, oppose, which is my subtitle here.
that was written on the shell
was-
casings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was written on the shell casings they found.
Which is what was the linkage to that again? I forget. That's what they say to you or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know what the I don't know what the total background on that is, but
That
Clearly,
sounds
it
like
indicates-
something that the Israeli Defense Force would be a slogan for them. You know, like
deny human rights.
yeah. Did you
Defend
massacre that
Zionism.
family? Oh no, we totally didn't do that. Are you sure you didn't? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
they
we
go,
did, but
delay-
it was
Force
appropriate.
mommy seems
So
on
it's
the
it's
nose.
what it's what like apparently delay, deny, defend is what is accused of insurance companies to say like, all right, we're going to delay your claim, we're going to deny it, and then we're going to stick to it. So I guess that was kind of like a play on it.
Yeah.
Remember
Now,
you
if
said
you
it
were
was
a hired assassin, because I don't know Epstein leak or something like that, that might be how you covered up your crime, right?
Yeah, like just some
Like I'm gonna make it look like I'm killing this dude because, you know, his
Yeah.
company's a piece of shit.
So I said
But
it seems like it's so on the nose. So it tells me he probably just like, what if he was like sitting there for like a few minutes after he got out of Starbucks? He was like, shit, what was that third D? Depose? I guess. Yeah, we'll
he's
go
sitting in
with
the middle of Starbucks just writing on a bullet.
Yeah.
I was like, don't mind me. I'm just autographing some bullets for my fans.
Such a brain
Alright.
fart. What's right now? Like, God, what was the last D? I don't know.
D's nuts.
You're like, yeah.
Wouldn't
It's
it be
like,
awesome?
okay, carry on as you were.
Yeah. What if it just
Way to
said?
get
What if it had
your
like a
message
picture of
out.
Pepe on there or something?
So wait, so then he had full intention of shooting him 3 times if he left that on the bullet casings.
Oh.
See, that
Ooh.
sounds too on the nose, man.
I mean, how hard is it to
Something's
fire
going on
3
there,
shots though?
Yeah, but what's
Apparently,
what-
apparently pretty hard because his gun jammed like twice.
right. So if his gun jams, so wait. So when a gun jams, doesn't the whole bullet come out with the shell and case and everything? Doesn't that come out?
If you have to clear it, that's a thing.
Yeah, he had to clear
if it jams, if you clear it, it's gonna
So-
eject the round. So did he write?
yeah.
What the fuck? Like, what is going on here? None of this makes sense.
Well, one of-
man.
Maybe one of the one. Well, I guess yeah. It wouldn't be on the. It would be on the entire. Like the casing wouldn't have come off the bullet if he ejected it, unless
Yeah,
it
right.
like.
Well,
Well, it depends,
it would
right?
have been it would have been a full round. Like,
Yeah,
Because I've done that. Like I bought like shitty like repacked like
Yeah.
ammo for like range ammo. That's just like
Yeah.
And a lot of like the brass casings are like fucked up and it'll like jam and it, like you just clear it.
Yeah.
It ejects the whole round. So it's
Right.
like, so did he write them on all of them? Did like what's going on?
Did it
here?
just so happen that like the
Three?
correct 3 came out? He's like, all right,
What
percentage
if he was like-
wise, the odds if I write
What's going on here?
Like,
Something's weird.
Russian roulette, like, all right, let's see.
What was like? What was it? It was deny, defend.
His casings
and-
were in great. Yeah, that's what we said.
No. What was it?
Oh, that-
Denied. What was the one?
The real one or
denied-
Jared?
Deny, defend, depose.
No, but what were the ones that Alex said that were the original ones?
delay-
Right.
Delay, deny, defend.
Delay.
Defend.
So what if like his delay is still in the gun? Like what if it was like
Oh yeah, maybe, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or yeah.
What if
Still in the bag.
what if there was like 10 different words for like
Like
each
D
round
or-
that he had?
yeah, one of them said like D's nuts. And,
Yeah.
No.
What
After
are the other
that,
ones?
it's
That
like,
One of them
die?
said
Dip,
Donald
die.
Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump. Oh
dodge,
man.
duck.
Dodge, duck, dodge,
Duck.
tip, dodge.
And duck.
The
Duck
5
Dynasty.
D's of the shell. Yeah, the 5
Dip,
D's of
dodge,
shell
duck.
casings.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Wait, the 5 D's
We'll
of
never know, man.
assassination. The 5
didn't
D's
get
of
that
assassination. There you
before.
go. That's a podcast title.
The
What is it?
The 5 D's of assassination.
Wow.
Dip, dodge, duck. Dip, dodge.
Fucking God.
I just remember the 5th one's like the same. It's like a repeat word, 'cause
Yeah.
Yeah, dodgeball. Yeah, what is it?
Dive, dip,
Dip,
Dive,
dive,
yeah.
duck, dodge, and dodge, or I don't know, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
And die.
yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, I think it's how like, we went a little extra tonight, but yeah. So let's take this on over to after hours, where Mr. President will hopefully come, and
I'm gonna come.
there you go.
in
Thank
the
you, Mr.
overflow room.
Yeah, in the overflow room. There you go.
I'm gonna come to the overflow room.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, yeah, we can talk about how he's gonna do some. Apparently, the administration's thinking about some preemptive. What you call it? What do they call it?
Strikes? What are you
No,
saying?
no. Preemptive
Gun confiscations.
pardons. There you go, pardons.
Gun confiscations.
Why I'm so. Any fucking PRL want to seek the.
Wow.
I want to seek. I'm not trying to seek anything. In New Jersey. Oh, you mean speak. Sorry.
I want to seem it.
Yeah. Well. But yeah. So. Yeah. Maybe we'll see. But anyway.
And JLP events are good.
Yeah. If it's in Southern Jersey, dude, have it in like Stone Harbor or Wildwood or somewhere in the South. Like, dude, like yeah,
Wildwood.
somewhere in the South.
Central Jersey.
Wildwood.
Central Jersey. Or
Just don't have it in Jersey at all, dude.
It's the New Jersey Libertarian Party. Where would you like them to have it, Jared?
I don't know, New York.
Out at
Anyway.
sea.
Out at
Out at-
sea. Yeah.
They should do 150 miles off the coast or something.
International
Yeah, anyway.
waters.
So come.
So
to our
Otto's going to be
overflow.
speaking at the NJLP.
Yeah,
Everybody
guys,
come out.
Yeah, come on out. Come in our overflow room. And
Yeah.
speaking of the overflow room, guys can join up for our after hours podcast by signing up for our Patreon over at patreon.com/punkrocklibertarians. You get access for a little $3 a month. You get access to our after hours podcast, which will send you a live link so you can comment and talk to us, and we can touch you where the sun doesn't shine. And hell yeah, plant-based just chimed in. PRL for life, dog. I'm gonna see them Spotify thing.
Now watch this drive.
Now watch this.
Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
apparently everyone's been posting their Spotify things, including Kate, Australian Kate. She posted. She's like our #1 fan on Spotify, so thank you. And
Oh, yeah.
there's 58 people like watching us now. At the end, you all can go and like our YouTube. Just go ahead and like us wherever you are on social media. If there's 58 of you like watching this, but there's only like 2 likes, 1 like. Yeah, and that one. And you know who the 1 like is? Me. On. So everyone.
Another one is Otto's mom.
No, it's not.
And then he's
But anyway.
got a bunch of bot accounts, and that's pretty much the
Yeah.
fan base. Yeah.
Yep. And the fake people watching on Twitter or X.
Yeah.
Those people, why don't you guys like us if you're actually watching? Anyway, but yeah, so sign up for our Patreon, and we also have T-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. If you use the code PRL or PRL Podcast, you'll get a 10% discount. Use the code PRL2 and spend $50. Wait, shit. I'm messing this whole thing up. When you spend $50 or more, use the code PRL2 for a 20% discount. Also, find out other ways to donate to our show over at PRLfans.com. Who uses Spotify? Just Australians. Shut up, Andrew. So I guess until next time, live free
Or die.